Someone must have just like literally kicked it in. And after we picked up the paint, we drove by this house that we put an offer in on last year, and it makes me so sad because it's completely torn down.
Oh, way is that it?
That's totally it. Something we've been wanting to do for so long. We're gonna do it right this moment.
Do it.
Okay. Hello, my beautiful creative humans, and welcome back. I have some catching up to do with you. What's behind me? I'm glad you asked. It's a cabinet from Home Depot. Allow me to explain myself. It was probably almost a month ago now that we got an updated quote from the original cabinet company that we were using. And every time they would send us a revised quote, it would go up by $1,000. Just got word that our kitchen design revisions and quote is ready. So we're gonna look at it together. Updated quote is $6,000. Okay, why did it go up $1,000 though? And if I lose it. And obviously I'm gonna have to go through this line by line and make sure everything makes sense. Went up by like another $1,000. Explain to me how we start at $4,000 and now we're at $7,000 when we really have not changed much other than telling them to correct things. Like, that feels insane to me. Back to the waiting game. So as you can tell, I was not pleased about that. And it also just took way too long for them to actually get back to us. Almost immediately after getting the revised quote from the original cabinet company, one of my old coworkers and good friends randomly reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I see you might be renovating your kitchen soon. You know we do that, right?" And I'm like, "Kathy, I thought you only did bigger projects. Like, you don't want anything to do with my little kitchen. Like, it's small, there's not a lot of cabinets, and our budget is this big." And she stopped me and she was like, no. We do it all. This is a business that my friend Kathy and her co-founder Colleen started together. I think it was a year or two ago now. Both of them are so incredible. I just had it in my head that they were just way out of my budget. But I'm so glad she corrected me because she was able to give us a real beautiful quote in such a timely manner, and also within a reasonable budget with what we were asking for. It was everything that we wanted, and having someone in my corner that I knew I could trust was so magical and such a night and day experience from the cabinet company we were using prior. I love Kathy, I love Colleen, and I love Studio North. So if you are in the Michigan or surrounding area, definitely check out Studio North for all of your interior home design needs. Like if you're doing a kitchen renovation, a bathroom, anything. They do so much. So like I was saying, Kathy was able to give us a real quote. And then a few days went by, my husband and I were talking about it more and more, and we realized that as much as we want to live here forever, this is not our forever home, and why are we doubling our budget? We originally started with a $5,000 budget, and things just quickly add up so fast. So we reeled it in, and we decided to figure out how we can DIY things to really make this work. We originally did not want to be painting cabinets and doing that whole song and dance by ourselves because it was January, but now it's April. Things are changing. I want to be outdoors. So guess what? I'll sand some cabinets. It's just like what we were doing 2 weeks ago for the bookcases. Like, I'm experienced now with this. We feel more confident in using some of the cabinets that we already own and purchasing the ones that we still need from Home Depot. Future editing Anna here. As you can tell, I am getting into some projects. But I forgot to tell you earlier, Kathy and Colleen are really good friends of mine, so as a favor to us, Kathy came out and helped us navigate our kitchen space and basically gave us a consultation, which is something you would normally get if you use them for the full kitchen and bath remodel, like we were debating. But I am just a lucky gal, and even though we're going the DIY route this time, because mark my words, one day when I buy a more forever home, I'm gonna be beep boop beep beep, hey Kath, help me out. Since Kathy's such a good friend, she still wanted to come out and help us out. Good morning, friends. Today's Saturday, and my friend Kathy is gonna be coming over any minute now, and we're gonna go over some of the kitchen stuff. Yes. Hello world, this is Kathy.
Hi world.
Hello world.
Okay, so what do you like about the space itself?
Well, more than what we like, I feel like there's a few things we can't move. Yep. So we have the gas line right there, correct, and then the water line comes out of that wall.
Right. So this area will remain as it is.
Yes.
Okay. do you want to have addition, because I like this. I mean, I think
Yeah.
this looks nice.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you.
our goal is to move that to above like the coffee bar area.
Okay.
And then I love the idea of having the little side-by-side cabinets.
over
Yeah.
there. Okay, so let me take a measurement, because I wasn't certain what this was there. It was about 18?
Yeah.
So typically, on either side of equipment, we like to have an additional 3 inches of space.
Okay.
Okay.
You can go less than that. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, there's plenty that put it right up against there, but when it's a freestanding, we usually give a little bit of space, which
Okay.
would mean you might be in like a 15 or even a 12-inch wide cabinet on either side.
Okay.
What you'll find with like this cabinet is with a partial overlay is you find that there's these gaps here. So this was not ordered as a butt door cabinet.
Okay.
A butt door cabinet means your doors butt together. So if you're gonna go and get a new sink cabinet for this, you wanna try to consider, even though this is a partial overlay, you can still get them to be butt doors.
Okay.
So you remove the center stile and it allows you to put more stuff in wider cabinets like that. You can fit stuff around it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So whatever you decide to do there, consider that because it will
Okay.
give you a little bit more space.
I like more space.
Now, do you like the 3 drawer here
Or we
or?
do want to do
Another-
exactly what you did and have a trash can there because once
Yes.
we put a cabinet under this
You want to get rid of
whack
that?
ass window, we're gonna lose the space for that.
Okay, yeah, so because then you can basically, you scrape, you rinse, you put it in the dishwasher.
Oh,
That's typically
the
how you like to
workflow.
do it.
Nice,
And then
yeah.
you don't have a garbage can hanging out either. So if you
Right.
have the room to do that, then that's a great option. So, but you have all of these cabinets.
I know, and
You have all of these, and I get it. I would absolutely remove those because I do think
it
it's a
closes
barrier.
off the
Yeah.
room. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like a big old wall, and
Right.
also it's not like functional. Like I can hardly. I mean, you can imagine.
It's
like
fine
we
for
can't really
me.
do anything.
She's like,
I'm literally climbing up here to
Right.
get Tupperware.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
But in a space that you have small, capitalizing on the square footage is super important because
Totally.
again, that could be places where like if you do have extra wine glasses or
Yeah.
you've got some things that you like to use for holidays only,
yeah.
it's nice to have them
Funny
because you
that.
can stuff stuff up there that like you're like you
Right.
forget about it 6 months later and then you're like, oh
Totally.
yeah, this was up here. These are decent cabinets. I mean, and you've already paid for them when you purchase the home.
Yeah.
The hardware's in the right place. So the question becomes whether or not you just transition those from here over to here.
We were considering that for sure because like it looks like they would fit.
They would. They come apart, so you could.
Mhm.
We can measure them. You might not use them all,
Yeah.
and then what you could do is use some
Two.
fillers in between them in order to bridge your gapping.
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at
And
all.
just like making that
And
wall.
then this becomes, because it's tucked in, it's not pushing out into here, but it can be hidden this way. It
Yeah.
doesn't. You're not really impeding. You're not making this feel a little bit more closed in.
Mhm.
It's now more open because
just
we're going
pivoting.
up. We're pivoting it, and it's kind of like a better place probably to put that. This is where I was saying you wanted that built-in look. Now you'd be into this area over here.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're all 36 or not. They look to possibly be all 36.
Probably. Yeah.
But the question became whether or not you could do a panel
Mhm.
down the side here, paint that out to match the cabinets,
Yep.
and then make your
Have it be,
semi-built-in.
like flush.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be so lovely.
I would just say, if you're gonna make an investment in something where you wanna buy something that's a little bit custom, that would be the one cabinet that I would really strongly consider
Yeah.
ordering. Simply because the fact that you will not get what you want off the shelf.
I know. And it's a little bit of a shit show.
That's been our biggest hiccup.
our biggest
Yeah.
gripe.
That one, yeah.
And even the one under this window. See, that's where we've spiraled to like go down this whole path of like, I don't know how to do this wall. Can we do it ourselves? Is it worth doing ourselves?
Because it's about how you function
Mhm.
in the space and how you think it's gonna work for you
For
before making it pretty.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Because it's gotta work.
It's gotta be functional.
work, right.
Because if I'm pissed every time I gotta open that door, then that sucks.
Right. So when I say like flush out the toes, it's actually 3 2x4 set on the flat. So
Oh,
because
okay.
a 2x4 is not 2x4, it's actually 3.5
So we
by
can just go
1.5.
stack.
Correct. So you just lay them flat
Interesting.
Yeah.
on the floor, and then that puts it here. So if you did the wall cabinets
That's
here,
perfect enough.
you would make a box out of a bunch of 2x4s
Lay it
basically, and
flat.
then you set them right on the front. Lay them to the front of the toe kick, and then what you can get is molding like you have there.
Yeah.
Make
That's
it
5
cool.
inches tall and make it look like a finished piece
Okay.
to go across the front.
Interesting.
So then this
Now we
all
know.
looks like a built-in. per se.
Yeah.
So if this is the 2x4, I lay 3 of them like this, you're saying?
Yes, correct.
Oh, okay.
And then you would lay them flush to the toe.
Yup.
So you lay it flush to the front of the cabinet here. And then if you take molding like that, we call it furniture-based molding, you could put it across the front, really personalize your space and make it look a little bit more upscale.
Yeah.
Doing even a nice flat stock around it, meaning just, you know, a 3x flat
Whatever.
piece around the top of it. It's very on trend, it's clean, it's modern, it'll go with what you have here.
I like
It'll just
that.
make it look a little bit more upscale.
And then they're
I
not
would
just
say.
like floating. Yeah, 'cause that's what I
Correct.
don't want either. I'm like, if we're doing it ourselves, I don't want it to look stupid. Like, I want it to like fully be.
Yes. So, yep. And then typically your 18 inches off of your countertop is where you want to be with those. We have clients that also set them at 20. So 18 to 20 is about what we're seeing. Some people like the taller at the 20 inches just because they have bigger coffee makers and things like that.
Yeah.
But 18 is kind of your baseline for that.
Totally.
Um,
I'm gonna turn this on.
Yeah.
So we ended up buying cabinets from Home Depot after measuring everything 10 times over and understanding that we will have to do some cutting. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm already scared enough, okay? Cheers. Breaking news. We're gonna order cabinets today, right now. We've been saying from the get-go that we want this to be a budget situation. I feel like I need to remember that this isn't our forever home, so dropping 10 grand on a kitchen right now, even if we can do it, doesn't feel like the smart thing to do. And my husband loves to keep reminding me of that, and I'm like, I hate when you're right, but you're right. Because the reason Home Depot cabinets weren't working before was because I didn't want to paint them. I didn't want us to have to sand and deal with all of that and paint, but we were starting this process in like February. And now it's April and it's nice outside. And so I'm like, you know what? I get to be outdoors, I get to sand, I get to do the whole shebang. So let's just do it. So we're basically keeping the exact same setup that we've had. So we're getting everything we want for over less than half of the price. Just by putting in a little bit more elbow grease to sand and paint the cabinets, which our friends have a paint sprayer that we can borrow. Thank goodness. We have plenty of sanding materials and situations. So it's very doable. We just have to do it. But I feel like it's gonna be fun to take you guys through this whole process with us because you're getting the full nitty-gritty, baby. Another bright side is that we can also keep these cabinets and just paint them because we already own them and they already fit perfectly. And then we can save money because they're great cabinets, like they're solid wood. So why would we get rid of them? It makes sense and it's less wasteful, which I appreciate. We'll have 2 above them right there, which will be 15 inches wide. Check and mate. Check and mate. And then we're gonna move the floating shelves as well. Then they're 36 inches high. Voila! It's perfect. For our problem child wall, we'll take this one, turn it to the side, have one directly right next to it. The one that's gonna go under this window we'll have to build a base for, but it is 54 inches wide, literally perfect. Almost too perfect, you know what I'm saying? Then we have one that goes above the fridge that's 30 inches wide, which I know is correct, 15 inches deep, and 24 inches tall. So it'd go like that high, which is perfect. Also, we're able to find a trash can cabinet, which is 18 inches wide, which is 36 inches wide. Also perfect. And then last but not least, we'll have the coffee bar right here, which is 30 inches wide? 30 inches wide, which is like that. And then right now it's 24 inches deep, which does go out to here, which I recognize does go past this wall. But again, we're gonna make it work for whatever we want. Everything fits. Since we're painting them, the options are endless. Something we've been wanting to do for so long, we're gonna do it right this moment.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Please provide the delivering and handing details for the order.
Hey, there we go.
Okay.
Order is placed. You did it.
Doesn't feel real. Credit card says otherwise.
Hell yeah.
Okay. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Cabinets are ordered. Can't believe that's done. Can't believe you convinced me. That now I have to paint all these cabinets.
We do.
I know. Fine by me. We got cabinets coming, baby.
Cool, dude.
Wee wee. We ordered the rest of the cabinets from Home Depot yesterday, and some of them got delivered. And when I tell you, someone must have just like literally kicked it in. We already returned one because it was so bad. Unfixable bad. And then the rest of them all have damage. Like, I don't know if you can see this. I'll show you a close up. But like, pretty much all of them that have gotten delivered so far have damage on them, but a lot of it's fixable, but only fixable since we're painting them. So we contacted customer service. We ended up getting a $150 Home Depot gift card, so I guess that's fine to offset some of the costs of fixing them ourselves. But it's still annoying. Like, this door on this pantry, completely ripped off. I love that for us. I do think we can make this pantry work alongside ours. It's gonna be a tight squeeze and we might have to do some minor adjustments to both of them to really get it to work, but my friend Kathy did say that she could get us a quote for just a pantry cabinet. So once she sends that to us, if we do want to do that instead of this broken one, then we can return this and call it a day and it'll be fine. I do think I can start sanding down the ones that we're certain about today once we make sure that we like how they fit in the kitchen. So we can bring them inside, feel it out, see what we think, and then start to get to sanding. That way next weekend we can paint, and then the weekend after that we can start installing stuff. So it's a slow process. As much as it feels like we're at a standstill, I feel like we actually are getting things done, which is great. Like, all the cabinets are ordered, even though they're damaged. It's fine. We made sure the cabinets that we do have fit, and they do. What the heck's happening back there with that wall?
Should we rotate? Yeah,
Forward.
I think that's great.
Sweet. So she said like 3 inches. That looks nice.
That's pretty good, yeah.
And
You
then
can-
18
you can
inches.
walk
over.
away if you want to got it.
Okay. What the fuck? Bubba, stop it. That looks really good.
I feel like they seem like they fit good, yeah.
We did some yard work, we ran some errands. Another thing we did today was reach out to the countertop company that our friends recommended to us and sent them some measurements for our kitchen and basically got that ball rolling. So hopefully we hear back this week and we can start going to look at some slabs. We also just went and got paint. We're here buying paint and they said that this was the best primer for the water-based, or for the type of paint that we're buying. And he said to get water-based, so sweet. And after we picked up the paint, we drove by this house that we put an offer in on last year, and it makes me so sad because it's completely torn down.
No way is that it.
That's totally it.
Dude. Yep.
Damn.
Because that was the porch of the neighbors that we talked to.
Oh my god, that's so sad. Wait, pull up a little more.
No way.
That's
Knock the down, dude.
Wow, that actually makes me so sad. Granted, the house had foundational issues, which is why we didn't end up getting it, but it was such a cool house. We wanted to save it so bad and do a full renovation. It had so much character, it had so much potential, but there was like severe foundational issues and we can't get a mortgage with that unless we pay for the whole house in cash, which we were not about to do. And we also could not do. It was apparently like a hoarder home that was full of cigarette smoke, and the cats that this guy had apparently peed everywhere in the house. We so lovingly called it the chain smoking cat piss house. And we were so excited to see if we could give it a new life, and now it's a hole in the ground, so that's sad. But I'm gonna take my sadness and use it as fuel to work on this kitchen because I am so tired, but this thing needs to get done. So we're gonna start sanding and hopefully make some progress. So that's all I have for you guys this week. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And if you want to see more kitchen renovation videos, make sure you subscribe because it's about to be a journey. Over the next few weeks, this thing is going to be getting done. Stay tuned.